briefly spoke about the Cadbury crisis that had happened. Bharat, in instances like that, when there's a crisis of that proportion and impact, how important is it to have that partnership based on trust with your, whether it's your agency partners or even with your teams, and something that, you know, the partnership that you and Piyush had in those moments of crisis for a brand, for leaders, how important is that? How does it play out?
I think it's incredibly, you know, in my view, having been through that crisis, and you won't even wish it on your enemies, because it's really, I mean, I remember during that crisis, I was on, and those days, television was in its glory days. You know, there was no digital. I was on national television 20 out of 30 days in the month. And you would have various fellows making all kinds of allegations, so on and so forth, and you later look at the... But at that point of time, the two most important things is keeping your team together and having in your corner a set of people who are there batting for you and clear that... I remember we all got together, and Piyush was part of that, and we said, listen, this can happen to anybody. But really what is going to distinguish us from everybody else is how quickly we get up, you know. As he put it, har koi gir sakta hai, par hum kitni jaldi uth ke phir bhagenge. That will be our mark. And the lovely thing was, you know, for example, the idea of using Mr. Bachchan as a spokesperson actually came from a salesman in one of these meets that you were having in, I remember, outside Delhi. And I came back and told Piyush and Sanjay, who was my marketing director, and they said, Acha, let's think about it. They both came back in the evening and said, it's a good idea, let's fix to meet. And then we met Mr. Bachchan, I remember, and Piyush was there at 10 o'clock at night at his house, where we told him, Mr. Bachchan, for the first time, you have to be a brand ambassador. You're not a model. You have to look at the camera and say, I believe in this brand. So only if you believe in the brand, should you do this. And to make you believe in the brand, we want to take you to our factory, so on and so forth, etc. And the wonderful thing is, actually, the idea of shooting the first ad in the factory was Mr. Bachchan's. He said, listen, you should shoot the first ad here. I'm completely convinced.
Wow. Wow.
Now, all through this period, a simple thing what Piyush would keep doing is every second, third day, he would ring me up and say, partner, ab kya ho raha hai? Kaun kya kar raha hai? Ye kar. And you know, there are various things that make the press, various things that don't. So you're leaning on him and saying, dekho, this needs to be handled. He will be there right in front, right there, side by side. So you know that, listen, this is somebody whom you can count on. And I mean, that again distinguishes, and you know, it also gives you, you know that these are partners for life.